Hey, soul survivors, I have a viewer topic comment that I would love to address because it can kind of hit home for a lot of us. So she goes on to say, what if I have empathy and compassion, want to help the narcissist? Then what? So we have to realize, for one, do they even want to change? A lot of us just like living our lives and we just want to be us. So the narcissist is who they are. They're not going to change until they have some big revelation or they have a mortification where things get so bad that they have to change. But a lot of times they just move on to a new supply. So if new supply is available, whether it's new friends, vices such as drugs or alcohol, addictions, whether it's porn, people, whatever, financial things that they want to go after. So do they want to change? We have to remember they feel entitled, they feel superior, that anything is possible, and they don't want to change. It's working for them. Why would they want to change if they have to give? They like to receive. That is how they get their energy. So we have this compassion. We have been in a relationship with this person. We love them, but we also have to understand what love is. Is it a toxic love? Because you can continue, but when the relationship turns toxic to you and there is no hope of it changing, toxins will start to eat away. It causes brain damage in us. So please remember that. And it takes a long time to come out of that brain fog, to rewire your neurons and neurotransmitters, the communication in your brain. Also the physiological effects. It can cause different kinds of diseases, diabetes, weight gain, weight loss, loss of appetite, being anxious or depressed or on high alert. So we love this person. That's why we're showing them empathy, want to help them. But is it love? Because after a while, when we stop loving ourselves to love somebody else to the point that it is toxic to us, that's that trauma bond. And it's a real hard concept to understand that it's a trauma bond, because the trauma response we have could be due to a lot of things. It's really weird. I used to think it was bullshit, but the more I study it, and it took me like 15 extra years to accept that there's something to this, that our childhood affects so much of our actions later on in life, things we don't even understand. And it also kind of guides us through our life. So maybe we were the older sibling who had to help the younger ones. Maybe our parents weren't involved as they should, whether they were workaholics or alcoholics or off with a new boyfriend or girlfriend, to where we took on a leadership role where we had to solve all the problems in the household. So that's what's comforting to us. That's what we feel our role should be. So us loving the unbroken, sometimes it can be a compensation for the things that we have gone through, that we're drawn to help people. A lot of empathetic people will be drawn to the broken, that we feel that's our purpose in life, is to fix them. And, if you have, let's say, a disabled person, a lot of times they're thankful. It can be a handful to take care of them, but they're thankful. So we get filled and it feels good. So you can continue, you can help. It is draining. I have been in that situation where I took care of my 98-and-a-half-year-old grandfather till he died, and my father at the same time, who died, I don't know, 8 months later. And, extremely ill people. My dad had amputations, pacemaker, diabetes, 2 forms of leukemia, on and on and on. So even though you love them, it is draining. And they were so thankful. They were so kind to me, so happy that I was there, but it's still draining. But there was some reward. There was thankfulness. And some of it is I did that. This is part of why I did it. I'm a good person, but I did it on top of that, because I am a burn victim, and my 5th birthday party, the barbecue exploded. I was in the hospital for like 6 months. Also, several broken bones and stitches, just accident prone. I wasn't beaten, but I wanted to repay that. I wasn't obligated to, but my heart kind of said that, I wanted to do that. So that's kind of a trauma response in a sense. It is being thankful, but trying to help somebody who doesn't want it. They don't want to change. So is that love if we're trying to change somebody going against their wants? It'd be nice if they would change. We can't change somebody unless they're willing. And are we capable of it? Are we qualified for it? We all want to cure somebody who has cancer. We all want to. Can we? Can we? Do we have the resources available? So just like a narcissist, everybody please comment the things that you have tried. Have you tried bulking up or losing weight or getting a few extra pounds on, or plastic surgery, or getting a new job, higher education, lifting some of your boundaries? We have tried it all. And the abuse continues, and the breadcrumbs, the cycle of abuse. So there's something in us that is putting more importance on somebody who could care less of what we're trying to do, care less about us, or they're going to use us. And as long as we're giving them what they want, but once that can't be provided, maybe you get sick or you have to work extra at work, that you can get discarded or resented, verbally attacked, possibly physically attacked, yelled at, screamed at. We have to look at why we want to help them. Why do we want to help them? If you can answer that, I can help you a little bit more. We all have different reasons, but within us is something in our past that is telling us that we need to be a people pleaser. Because if somebody doesn't want us, or if somebody is horrible to us, not treating us kindly, why are we sticking through it? Our bodies are telling us it's not toxic. So what we feel a lot of times is we want to readjust to that healthy state, but we don't realize sometimes that we are in a toxic environment. And I understand where you're coming from, but talking with them, reasoning with them is next to impossible. It irritates them. They do not see the point of view because they refuse to see the point of view. And it's interesting how sometimes they totally do not get it. And trust me, there are times they're like, what the hell are you talking about? They don't understand the connection. It's foreign to them. It would be like me walking up to you right now and French kissing you. You're like, what the hell? Like, what? I don't even know this lady. That's how, in a sense, it feels like, whoa, this is way too much. And it overwhelms them when it's love that we are showing them. So I gave that visualization to show that this is outside my comfort zone. This is not what I'm used to. This is not what I expect. It's way too much too soon. And they do that with the emotions, that it's almost like a red flag that things don't feel right to them. And, you know, I see across Facebook these, it's a high value woman looking for a high value man type thing. But one guy had responded where he was like, oh, it's so great to see you. And I really enjoyed our conversation. And you're not like the other people and you're really sweet. And da, 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 da. That a lot of the ladies are like, nope, get rid of him. Nope, nope, nope. And if you look at it, it's like he was just being nice, but they're like, he's being too nice. And sometimes that's red flag where this person doesn't want to lose you too much. And that's where lying comes in. I'm not saying the guy is a bad guy, but sometimes we just get too excited and we have to learn the balance so we don't scare people away. But understand why you want to help somebody who is ungrateful or selfish, that you forget or forego who you are, your boundaries or your self-worth. You're not a servant to this person. You're not paid to take care of this person. It's not like a job. And, you know, are we detaching? If you were a nurse or a doctor, I've been to nursing school, that in a sense, you kind of detach a little bit. If you get too involved emotionally, it's extremely difficult. And you can serve more patients that way. It can kind of help balance depression when you lose someone, or fear, or feeling their own pain of your patient. So I understand where you're coming from, because I've been there. But a lot of times people pleasers have something broken inside them, whether they want to be popular or liked or made to feel beautiful or made to feel appreciated. That if we shift the focus to back on ourselves, to be in a healthy relationship, we'll start to feel that, you know, we only have so much time. Are we investing in the right people? Are we investing in the right people? Is the relationship growing? Is the relationship helping us as well? Because a good relationship, both people can grow. Both people will grow. In a bad relationship, maybe that'll help boost them on up. Are they going to be there in the end? Because remember this too, is if they do change, they'll be a changed person. And, you know, statistically, they'll probably go back to the ways that they were. If you look at recidivism, which is like repeat offenders, I do have a degree in criminal justice. You guys will learn. I've studied everything. But recidivism is the amount of time that a criminal will repeat and become incarcerated again. It's pretty high. People are creatures of habit. It's more comfortable. It's easier, even with people. As far as I've moved out of state, I'm a creature of habit, came back. Not everybody does, but be very cautious, because you're letting yourself get destroyed. It will destroy you. And some of us are like, I can handle it. I can handle it. There's even therapists who turn down certain people because they drive them. It's too much, to where a therapist is overwhelmed. And if therapy is highly ineffective, sometimes it is, sometimes it's effective, but the narcissist will lie. So you're not even going to know if you're making progress. You're not even going to know, because the narcissist sometimes will try to please you just to shut you up or get you out their back. So they'll put up another facade, which leads to more lies and more hurt and more pain. That it is a cycle that wears you down and keeps you because of the trauma bond. So what should you do? If you want to save them, help them, have empathy for them, you can be kind, you can acknowledge them, be cordial, but, you know, limit your exposure to them, if at all. Sometimes we have to, we're around narcissists, sometimes at work, at the gas station, at church, synagogue, and it doesn't affect us if we keep at a distance. And also remember that people rub off on people. And narcissism is kind of like the dark side. And if you can look at empaths as a little bit more pure or white, that if you take 1 drop of black into that white, it makes a huge difference. But if you take a drop of us and put it into that dark, it's almost no difference. You have to put a lot of yourself into that dark, and you end up half yourself or a quarter of who you are. So if I had a little bit more information on your individual situation, I could give a little bit more tailored advice. But if you're a people pleaser, that's a trauma response. And I'd love to talk more about that. Thank you very much for commenting. But narcissism, it destroys, it like literally destroys people, causes brain damage. Something to really think about. Thanks for watching. Topic requests are always welcome. One-on-ones are available. See you soon.